Hello, it's Jeffrey with Real Nifty Vintage, and today is sort of a different video. We are currently down in what was my Etsy room. There are big changes happening over here on my front. One of them is probably this room that we're in. I am in the middle of deconstructing it. So I'm down here right now because I need to pull orders that are going out today. I do have a number of things that have sold, which leads me to another thing that I'll get to in a minute. So there you are. It's sort of in a shamble. You might be wondering where everything is going. I don't want to give that away. So everything is still listed right now, should be, that you see, but we do have these totes that are filling up, and we're putting things in these totes very carefully so that we can transport them. So the first change is I am obviously moving out of this room here. Now I mentioned in a previous video, I think it was a shipping video, the last shipping video I did. If you didn't watch that, it's a really great video. You can learn a few things. And I forgot to plug my book in it, and a subscriber mentioned that. So I do have a reselling book. If you have ever wanted to get into reselling, I have an Amazon ebook that you can go and click. I think the link is in the description of every video that I put out, so you can find it there. And it's an ebook, so you can read it on your computer. So I said in a previous video that both Aaron and I don't really prefer to be down in this room, even though, you know, he has his train set up just right around over there in the other like part of the basement, and he's able to be down there. So I don't know what it is about this room. The point is we both don't enjoy it. It's, you know, I think it's just time to switch things up. This is the best time to do it because of the condition that we're all in, and I think that it's a great time to just sort of go introspectively. You can think about things in your head. You can do like a little bit of organizing around the house, business, whatever, and this is a great time for that. So that is definitely one way that I'm looking at using this downtime. But yeah, right now let me go ahead and pull the rest of these items. Okay, I'm on the Etsy app right now. So okay, so those two things are already upstairs. That's great. The chenille thing is already upstairs. These pop-up cards, actually, I need to remember to get those. That ring thing, I think it's in one of these. Oh boy. Aaron was, I went to sleep early last night, and he was putting some of these things in these totes. I was zonked after what we did yesterday. Okay, those, oh, they're right over there. Okay, so I've got to remember to get these little cat thingies. I do have a sale still going on in my Etsy shop. Let's see, the Go Bell bird is upstairs. So is this one, this little peach paperweight. Where would that be? Okay, it's right in there. Great. Okay, so he's apparently going to take these things up anyway, so I can just stick the other things that are still on the shelf in here. And then I did have some eBay orders. These things finally sold. There are these Roadrunner things, false graph, a phone. That other phone I'm waiting to hear back. This is something I bought. Okay, so I just need to get the phone, the placemats, and the car mats. All right. So this right here is actually where my shipping table used to be, and we have booth items. There's mostly booth items there, but there's also just stuff that I need to really think about what I'm doing with. Like this is a booth display right here, but I don't have any plans on putting it back in the booth. It is cool, it swivels. It's a nice display piece for like any kind of a collection. Even if you had like something at like a private house and you wanted to display a collection, I guess. And I didn't spend too much for it at an auction. I think it was like $30 or something like that. That's a really nice piece though, and I think I could sell that somewhere. And then a couple paintings, those will be going in the booth eventually. So, I mean, it's mostly booth things right here. Oh, a little teachable moment here. So, if you're wanting custom boxes like I have, I showed them in my shipping video from a few days ago. Brandable box, you can go to their website. They're not very expensive. I mean, relatively not, because if you're already gonna be buying plain boxes, small boxes like this, then you might want to look into the cost difference of getting your logo put on it. These are the rejects because this is the flap right here. I'll bend it back the other way. and it's like way too high. This logo should be centered in this square right here. Like this one, it's a little bit better. But anyway, some of these weren't great. And then some of them had holes in them from when they sent them to me, like this one. This one's worse. See, because they just put them in a shrink wrap and then they ship them out that way. So I don't really want to use these. So I'm gonna let Aaron go ahead and pull those totes upstairs. By the way, this is his train corner. We might do a video on that if you're interested. Let me know in the comments below if you'd like to see a dedicated video on how his train corner is coming along with his, what do you call that? It's a model layout. It's a thing, one of those HO scale things. And then my diner, sneak peek on my diner that I never use. Okay, let's go upstairs. So I'm currently at my new shipping table right now, and this is actually a box that I'm waiting to hear back from the buyer. This was an eBay sale, which I don't really do a lot of, and they put the wrong address in. So I mean, I could ship it out, but it's popping up an error that says that it's not really correct, and I'm not going to send it. It's going to Puerto Rico, so I'm not sending the wrong I'm not putting the wrong address in. And here's a couple of those other things that sold. I already had them pulled. So I already mentioned one way that I am changing things right now. That is obviously moving the Etsy room. And that will be a separate video. If you want to watch that, you can see the whole process of what my new Etsy room, reselling room is going to be. Now, the other big change that I have been contemplating, allergies are really like happening right now. So I have to take a pill probably. But the other thing that I am considering, I think I'm going to start listing on eBay. So I have been listing on Etsy for years now, since the middle of 2016. And I have sold over 2,500 orders on there, items. So, I mean, I have a long established history with Etsy. I love a lot of the stuff they do. But in recent events, certain things have made me reconsider that. So I might do a separate video on why this is all occurring, but that is the other big thing. I am almost there to putting start putting everything on eBay. So currently I still have like over 500 things listed on Etsy, and I'm gonna play that by ear and decide whether or not I'm going to like cross post or just take them straight over to eBay. But I currently, like I said earlier in the video, I currently have a sale, 25% off. And depending on how that goes, I might actually go through and put more things on sale. And if there's something that you've been eyeing, I'll put this out here because, you know, I can't get out, I can't source, so the income streams are a little bit less. YouTube money has been very low lately because of advertiser pullout. People just aren't advertising right now. But if there's something that you've been eyeing on my Etsy store, and you know, if you have an offer, you can go ahead and send me right through Etsy your offer. Or, you know, if you want to buy something, and then I'll let you know if I can do that or not. And as you remember, everything on Etsy has free shipping already in it, so just take that into consideration. But yes, if there's things that you've been wanting in my Etsy shop, feel free to send me an offer right through Etsy. There's like a little contact thing.
I assume that's one thing you're selling today.
Yeah, that actually sold on eBay, so I will need to package that up. I've had this thing for so long. I had it on Etsy for a long time. I listed it on eBay and it sold within a day. Now, granted, I did reduce the price and I did calculated shipping. That's another big thing. I think I'm going to be going away from the free shipping model, at least to try out calculated, because certain things just beat me up in the shipping, you know, if it goes too far. So I think I'm gonna go calculated shipping again. That's how I started. I started doing calculated shipping on Etsy. This lighting on Etsy, and then I eventually did free shipping because that's what they wanted. And it proved to be maybe better to get the sales, and Etsy was definitely favoring people to do that, and therefore promoting them more internally on their website. These are some really cool vintage pop-up cards. I actually bought these a few years ago at an auction. They're new old stock. So they're from the, I guess, I don't know what you say, like late 60s, early 70s. But they're a pop-up card. It's so cool. I started with a lot, and I have been slowly selling them. I thought that they would actually sell a lot quicker than they are, because I think they're really cool, and I did pay up for them. For all of the ones that I bought, I think I paid about $50 or so. So, yeah, I did pay up for them. They are taking their time to sell, but I go ahead and fold them. I fold them so that they're ready to go, and that takes some time too. But this is what it looks like. So it's TV Workshop, and then you open it up, and then it says Happy New Year. And yeah, they're old for sure. They're really cool. And so I'm selling them, I think, in a set of 6, like a 6-pack, for not very much money. So they're very cool. Alright, so I just finished my packaging, and if you do want to see how I package orders and breakables, I have a separate video from last week that you can watch. It's pretty much just me showing you how I ship things in my old room at that point. Stella.
Dog sneezing.
She looks like a little baby. You look like E.T. right over there.
Oh, yeah, she does.
E.T. the alien. Oh my. But anyway, with that, I'm going to wrap up this video. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye-bye.